Night Baseball as the front-running New York Mets take on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Live at 8 Eastern tomorrow on ABC Sports.
No diet in the world will help you lose weight until you do one thing: control your appetite.
I had a huge appetite, but Dexatrim curbed my hunger, and I lost weight.
The extra-strength Dexatrim diet plan. You can't buy a stronger appetite control capsule without prescription. Dexatrim helps you eat less all day and lose weight.
Dexatrim made the difference for me. I ate less all day and lost weight.
Extra-strength Dexatrim. No appetite control capsule works harder to help you lose weight.
Funny, you can get a good night's sleep and still wake up with red, irritated eyes. Looks like another Visine morning, because Visine with tetrahydrozoline refreshes morning eyes so they look great. Wake up to Visine. It gets the red out.
Wake up to a new day with the morning sun. Get the comfortable, easy feeling a man should have on. Stetson cologne, Stetson fits.
Starting Wednesday, relive all the glamour and passion. Join the world of the powerful Carrington family when America's favorite show returns, Dynasty. The Shining. Tonight's ABC Sunday night movie will continue in a moment.
An ABC News Brief brought to you by Arid Extra Dry Aloe Essence Scent Salad. Now from Washington, Tom Gerald.
Good evening. The party of Greek Prime Minister Andreas Papandreou has claimed victory in today's national elections. Partial returns show Papandreou's Socialist Party beating out Conservatives 46 to 40%. The European Football Union has joined other organizations in banning the British from competition in all European games. This in the wake of last week's bloody riot at that Italian-British soccer match. The death count has risen above 90 from a series of tornadoes that Friday ripped through parts of New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Ontario, Canada. Meanwhile, residents of dozens of towns destroyed by the twisters continue to pick up the pieces. Chris Bury reports.
In the bombed-out-looking towns devastated by Friday's tornadoes, people are trying to clean up the mess and put things back together.
I'm wiped out, but I'm gonna stick with her. I'm not gonna give up.
In Niles, Ohio, tornado victims crowded into church to pray. But in Newton Falls, where this church was demolished, the congregation was already making plans to rebuild. In Ohio and Pennsylvania, Mennonite and Amish communities are cleaning up the old-fashioned way, while the Red Cross is collecting food and clothing for the hundreds of homeless. National Guard troops protect against looting, and the governors of Ohio and Pennsylvania are asking for federal disaster aid. Chris Bury, ABC News, Albion, Pennsylvania.
A majority of Americans favor President Reagan's new tax reform proposal, according to an ABC News poll taken late last week. Of those surveyed, 65% say the president's plan is okay with them. Now this.
Only Arid Solid has new aloe essence scent.
Fights wetness, ordinary deodorant sticks can't.
And, a clean, fresh scent.
New Arid Solid Aloe Essence Scent.
The tobacco giant R.J. Reynolds Company has announced it is buying Nabisco brands, forming the nation's largest consumer products company. More on the Weekend Report.
Mr. Rick Pierce, Vice President of Monterey Jacks, formerly known as Jack in the Box.
People ask me why we changed our name from Jack in the Box to Monterey Jacks. Does that answer your question?
Jack in the Box is now Monterey Jacks. We've taken fast food to a whole new place.
How could something that looks so funny?
America's original #1, Thomas's.
Nooks and crannies told with butter, they taste so crunchy. Just 'cause we don't wait to Thomas's English muffins.
Thomas's taste so mouth-watering good, people just can't wait to eat them.
The original one and only funny-looking, tasty-cooking.
Johnson and Rochelle, tonight on Channel 2.
And now we continue with The Shining.
If you're shipping by Federal, here's another reason to switch to Airborne. $1 million. Because every time you ship anything by airborne in the U.S. or internationally, we're keeping your air bill number along with your signature as your entry in our $1 million lotto. On July 15th, we're going to pick the $1 million winner. So the next time you're shipping a package by Federal, ship it by airborne instead. Then you can count on delivery by 10:30, and airborne may even deliver $1 million to you.
You know why I look the way I look? I eat at Wendy's. Wendy's has a new light menu, hundreds of lower-calorie salads with new fresh fruit, hot baked potatoes, and pasta salad. Wendy's light menu even has a lower-calorie multigrain bun. I always eat from Wendy's light menu. Can't you tell?
Try Wendy's new light menu.
We all play the small car game to find the biggest value. Guess which hatchback offers the most room?
Renault Encore?
550 Plus, America's best small car protection.
Encore.
Fuel-injected efficiency standard. Twin rear torsion bars for road-hugging excitement.
Encore.
Play the small car game. You'll find the one with the biggest value. Renault Encore $58.95. Built in America. European design that's affordable. And now 8.5, America's lowest factory financing. Renault.
Boy, could I go for a nice cold light beer from Miller. I thought I'd just pop in at my favorite hangout and have one with the guys. Well, the whole gang drinks light. Oh, sure, there's a lot of other light beers around, but we all agree that light beer from Miller tastes terrific. And get this, it's less filling.
John, how many times have I told you, use the door, huh?
I forgot, I'm sorry.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Like I was saying, light beer tastes great. And another thing.
Would you submit to a drug test in order to keep your job or stay in school? We'll examine the controversy over a test many people don't trust.
Monday on ABC's World News Tonight.
You're being so good on your diet, you haven't cheated at all tonight. I guess that 12-hour appetite suppressant you took this morning is really working. But hasn't it been a lot longer than 12 hours since you took it? I mean, so what happens now? Does
If your appetite suppressant calls it a day before you do, you need Accutrim. Accutrim lasts longer than any other brand of appetite suppressant. A full 16 hours.
You know, this could really use some more chopped nuts. Oh, waiter!
Accutrim, it's at its strongest when you're at your weakest.
How long does a John Deere lawn tractor last? 10 or 15 years is not unusual, which means with ordinary use, you could mow a path from New York, across Pennsylvania, through Indiana, Missouri, Kansas, Colorado, Utah, all the way to the West Coast. Imagine mowing clear across America. Just think how many times you could mow your lawn. John Deere, you may pay a little more, but they'll last.
He's chasing one story that's too hot to touch.
Just the whole world wants to get their hands on the Mackenzie piece. Like who?
And one story that's too hot not to.
Think of your interview as a seduction.
Seduction?
John Travolta.
Good reporter would never get in bed with the subject.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
You keep forgetting something. I'm not your subject.
Perfect. Rated R. Starts Friday. Check newspapers for theaters.
This is Visual Makeup Fluid from L'Oreal. It's the virtually impossible combination of lightness and coverage. So light, you wouldn't think it had excellent coverage. But it does. You wouldn't think it could pass in bright sunlight. But it does. Of course it's allergy tested. Of course it's fragrance-free. It's L'Oreal. And I'm worth it.
Visual Makeup Fluid from L'Oreal.
Tuesday, the full moon has Jack a little batty.
You must pay.
Three's a crowd. And there's lots of monkey business when Tommy Lasorda guests on an all-new Foul-Up. Then, Tony and Angela have a briefless encounter.
Tony saw Angela naked!
I feel used and cheap.
Who's the boss? Then a man reincarnated as a woman.
I don't have a thing to wear.
Suzanne Summers and John Davidson in Goodbye, Charlie, an ABC comedy special, all starting at 8/7 Central. Tuesday. The Shining, starring Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall, will continue in a moment. Tuesday at 10, 9 Central. From Paris for a high-tech scavenger hunt to Holland. where microchips are saving a 300-year-old business.
We have a new choice to make, to use high tech or not.
David Hartman's fascinating prime time special, The Future Is Now, Tuesday.
In St. Louis, this is a KTVI Channel 2 News Brief.
Good evening, everybody. Coming up in our news, the death toll from twisters in the east continues to climb well over 80. And tonight we'll show you some remarkable videotape shot just 250 yards away from a twister as it destroys a home. Lambert Airport will be getting a much-needed parking lot thanks to a recent court ruling. And the search for a 300-pound lioness in western Missouri continues with little results so far. Details on these stories tonight at 10.
Witness the birth of a new star created through the joint effort of General Motors and Toyota. Nova from today's Chevrolet.
Kleenex Soft Teak introduces the runny nose. No wonder runny noses get sore. Many tissues are really irritating. That's why sensitive noses run into Kleenex Soft Teak tissues. Unlike ordinary tissues, Soft Teak has special softness fibers fluffed up for the softest touch ever from a Kleenex tissue. Soft Teak, for softness that's right on the nose.
And now we continue with The Shining.
Scavenger hunt? We haven't done this since high school. Okay, guys, be back in 2 hours.
I need somebody, not just anybody. You know I need someone. When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way. And all these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. I'll find to change my mind. I've opened up the door. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do.
These days, you need all the help you can get. So we shaped the Mercury cars to use the wind to help them hold the road and to hold all of life's little treasures you pick up along the way.
Hey, look what Sally picked up.
Looks like the guy she brought to the prom.
She brought you to the prom.
If you just ask for a light beer,
Give me a light.
you never know what you'll get.
No. What I wanted. Bud Light.
So if you want the less filling light beer with the first name and taste, ask for Bud Light. Because everything else is just a light.
I'm a hero with the kids. Even the hot dogs taste good.
We ask people who love to cook out about the charcoal they cook with.
You use the best meat, you can use the best coal. Kingsford charcoal.
It's a smoky charcoal taste. It's not the same as you get anywhere else.
Yeah, a lot of times you use Kingsford, you don't have to put any sauce on it, you know.
I use the Kingsford because I can count on it.
Kingsford's the best.
I can't wait for that first bite.
It's as good as Mom and Apple Pie, I think.
I'm going Kingsford tonight.
1 week from tonight.
There could be a fortune in there.
Oscar winners Sally Field, Michael Caine, and Telly Savalas in an incredible 3-hour adventure beneath the sea.
There's a floating time bomb.
Beyond the Poseidon Adventure at 8, 7 Central next Sunday.
It's a great brand taste with a twist. Brand new Bran Muffin Crisp.
What's the twist? Now you can have the good things you get in a bran muffin in a crispy, good-tasting, high-fiber cereal. Bran Muffin Crisp.
Raisins and almonds you can't resist. In new Bran Muffin Crisp.
Here's a cereal that has the high fiber you want with a taste you'll want more of. Bran Muffin Crisp, huh? Nice twist.
The goodness of bran with a twist. Brand new Bran Muffin Crisp.
Mom, I'm gonna save the world.
That's nice, honey. Wear a sweater.
Alien invaders! Don't fail me, Energizer.
Of all leading batteries, nothing in this galaxy outlasts the Energizer. It is Earth's power source.
Mom, after you save the world, what do you do with the prisoners?
The Energizer, nothing outlasts it. Its power beyond your wildest dreams.
New Old Spice Solid keeps guys so much drier, they just might give up their Menon antiperspirant mid-stick.
Hey, Bronco. Here's a present. Hardly used.
New Old Spice Solid keeps you 35% drier than Menon. In fact, 2 strokes of Menon can't keep you as dry as 1 of Old Spice.
Norman, from me to you. Practically brand new.
Old Spice Solid antiperspirant keeps you 35% drier than Menon.
Take my Menon, please.
Excuse me, why don't you use a food processor?
They're not for me. Too big, too complicated, too hard to clean.
Not anymore.
Cute. What is
The
it?
new Oscar food processor from Sunbeam.
How's it work?
Put in the onion.
Quick.
Beef.
Powerful. Let me. I could use Oscar every day. It's even easy to clean.
Mm-hmm. It sure is.
Oscar stays with me.
Oscar, the food processor for all of us, from Sunbeam.
The Mets battle the Dodgers on the season premiere of ABC's Monday Night Baseball tomorrow.
Don't drink and drive. A public service message from ABC.